Hey YouTube, it's Justin, aka Demonic Sweaters, back again with another Alesis Nitro Mesh video. Today's video was requested by Slappy McSlapster, one of my subscribers here on YouTube. Like seriously, that's his name. This video is going to be about how to program a custom kit in the Alesis Nitro Mesh that is kind of like an 80s rock sound, sort of like Def Leppard or something like that. And, you know, I really like that drum sound. You know, it's not for everything, but it kind of has a certain nostalgic feel to it. And I was like, that's a really cool idea. So I'll make a video about it. But before we get started with that, I just wanted to mention today's video sponsor is DistroKid. Now, if you're not familiar with DistroKid, they are a really, really great service that can get all of your music on all the streaming platforms for a very, very low price, an annual fee starting at only $19.99. You can have all of your music on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, as well as TikTok, and they have a ton of other great features as well. One of those features is something called Teams, which allows you to distribute payments to all of your band members automatically, so you don't have to worry about, you know, calculating all the numbers and paying people over time. Another great feature they have is instant Spotify verification. Anytime you upload music using DistroKid, you're going to get instantly verified in Spotify. They also have something called Hyperfollow, which is a really cool thing. It's basically a web page that lists all of your different store links. So anytime somebody asks you about your music, you can just send them your Hyperfollow link and it has the links to all of the streaming services right there, all on one page. You can also add liner notes and credits within DistroKid. Finally, one really, really cool feature that's brand new is synced lyrics. So if you have lyrics in your song that you want to scroll by when somebody's listening to the music in Apple Music or any streaming service that supports this type of lyric display, it's a really cool thing. I know I love that when I'm listening to a song and I can look at my phone and see the lyrics scrolling by as it's going, and I'm always like, wow, that's what they're saying? Like, I thought they were saying something totally different. Anyway, definitely check out DistroKid. There's a link down below, and that'll give you 7% off when you sign up through that link. So let's go ahead and get to this tutorial. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. What I'm gonna do is actually start from the first preset kit, and we're just gonna work with that and start editing the sounds on there to make our Def Leppard kit. So the first thing that comes to mind to me when I think about 80s drums, especially 80s rock drums, is the snare drum. The snare drum was always huge, had a lot of decay, or a long decay rather, and a lot of reverb, and very deep sounding, which this snare is pretty much the polar opposite of. So let's go ahead and start editing that. And the way to do that, we're just going to tap the voice key. And now I'm going to select a sample that I think sounds as close to the Def Leppard snare as I can find. So let's go ahead and start listening to them. This one may be okay. I could probably pitch that down, but let's keep going. Ooh. Closer. A little bit too pop sounding. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with number 70. That was the one that sounded kind of like it a little bit. Not exactly, but pretty close. Okay, so that's our bass sound. Now let's switch to our pitch. Let's pitch that down a little bit. Or a lot, actually. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. 6 lower. And now let's keep tapping voice. Let's get to reverb. Crank that all the way up. It sounds a little bit dull to me, the snare drum. sure what I can do with that. MIDI note, no, not going to change that. Let's turn up our volume. That's a little better. Okay, so I'm going to keep going with that. Now let's work on the kick. Now, kick drums in 80s rock, they were kind of like, I mean, they weren't the main focus of the drum sound. It was mostly the snare, and quite honestly, this one sounds pretty good already. It might even be just a little bit too punchy or a little too loud. So let me edit this a little bit. Let's go back to, well, let's try some different ones first. So that's number 3. Nope. Too deep. Way too deep. Actually, this one might be... I mean, we're already getting there. Okay, so I like that kick drum sound. That sounds pretty 80s to me. And actually, that's a sample that I use a lot personally, because I like that one. It cuts through the mix really well, but it's not like overbearing. Okay, let's move on to our toms. Now, toms, well, especially thinking of Def Leppard, what's really cool about Def Leppard is, geez, the guy's name is escaping me right now, but what was really cool about his setup is he was one of the first people to really use a lot of electronic drums, basically because he had no choice. You know, he lost an arm, so he was working a lot of drums with his feet. And actually, there's an excellent video by 65 Drums about the drum kits that he used from Def Leppard. And my memory is not good, and I can't remember his name. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue. So toms, oh, my whole point, what I was trying to say, is a lot of times he would use Simmons tom sounds. And this is Alesis. There's no Simmons sounds in here, but there's some that are kind of similar. Now these are pretty 80s sounding, these gated toms. And actually, I might want to go with that. But let's find some electronic sounding ones first. We could always do some variations, you know. There we go. So 2-9, 2-10. A little bit too high pitched, but we can fix that. So I'm going to start with 208. Let's move to my second tom. Put that one on 209. And then this one we'll do 210. Actually, let's keep it. We can go lower. So we'll do 212 there. 211 here, and 210 here. All right, that sounded really cool, actually. I'm loving this. Let's put some more reverb on those toms. So let's go back to voice. Just crank the reverb to the max. Actually, I'm going to bring the reverb down a little bit. It's kind of covering the drum sound a little too much. Go back to like 7. Okay, now let's work on our ride sound, which, well, on this is up here. but I'm gonna map it to my rim on my second tom, which is what I always do. Rides in the 80s generally were very pingy, so let's find a pingy ride. Not a whole lot of rides to choose from. Those two are about the pingiest too. This one sounds a bit too electronic for me, so I'm gonna go with this one. Let's pitch that up a little bit. Okay, that works for me. Now let's do some crashes. Okay, I like that one. Oh, we definitely need a China. So let's leave that. And that one sounds good. Very 80s, very 80s. Okay, so last but not least, hi-hats. So kind of like the kick drum, hi-hats in the 80s were not a very dominant sound. So this one sounds good already as far as the sound type. That's a little shrill, but that's okay. We're gonna go to volume though and turn that sucker way down. Maybe like 13. And all of that sounds really good to me. I'm actually very happy with that. I think that's pretty convincing. Now, the only thing that could probably change is brightening up the snare a little bit. So first, though, let me save it. And yeah, I'm going to put it over 25 because I'm not using that one anymore. So to save, we just press save on the module. Select a space where we want to put it, or a memory slot rather, and just tap save again. Okay. All right, so let's go into utility, I think. And no, it's not utility. Where is it? Kit, volume, reverb. Okay, EQ, high. Now, the problem with this is it actually edits everything. So if you want to make adjustments here, I'm just going to increase the high end a little bit. Just to give a little more brightness. That's a little too much. Unfortunately, you can't do individual drums. You can only do the whole kit. But I think just a little boost is good, like 4. Okay, let's hear that. That sounds pretty darn cool to me. I'm going to save that again. And actually, I'm not sure if that EQ saves. Let's turn it off and turn it back on and see. Yep, it saves, but I believe it saves it for every single kit, I think. Let's see. Does it? And no, it doesn't. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, so you can save EQ to just a single kit. So let's go back here. So I was afraid I would mess up my other my other saves. Let's mess with this EQ a little bit more. So let's go 5 on the treble. And then press again. This is mids. Turn the mid down a tiny bit. And let's turn up the lows a little. Okay. All right, I am loving that. Let's save it. Okay, let's hear what this baby sounds like in context. I'm going to record a little something something and play the drums to it. All right, so that's how you can recreate an 80s rock sound, Def Leppard type sound on the Alesis Nitro mesh. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun making this one. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Click the like button and the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload new content. And if you want to support my channel, the best way to do so is by going to my record label, anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. And I basically use all the stuff that I use on this YouTube channel, on all the releases on that label. So there's a lot of content on there, and you can become a VIP member and get everything that I release, 67 releases and more that are to come, all for $40 a year, or you can just buy individual releases as you want. Plus, everything is available on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and all the usual places as well. So just search Demonic Sweaters, you'll find a lot of stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great day.